What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Stereo Rifles tuning in as usual, and you will be witnessing some death by stereo tonight, and that's what I'm recording, so that's why I said it. We got a brief little, back in time moment to Black Ops 3 here. It's not going to be the whole video. I actually compressed it and trimmed it so it wouldn't be the whole thing. We will have some Black Ops 4 domination gameplay on Nuketown in a few minutes. But I did want to make a point, and that's why I uploaded this video. I captured this probably back in, I want to say September, or the beginning of November, something like that. And just look how good this game runs, man. This game is, what, 3 years old? Like I said, I uploaded this back in, like I said, maybe November 1st or the end of September. Or no, sorry, the end of October. My correction, my apologies. Oh, you gotta love this Tempest too, man. The new Tempest, I know people say it's beast, but the 2-hit cheese thing, I'm just not into it, man. This Tempest was the way to go. The jump shot with the Tempest was just the man. That was man shit to me. I loved it. I love capturing gameplay with this thing. But yeah, man, 100 health, consistent. Look at this. Guarantee this gun, the Kuda, is 3 to 4 hit markers. That's it, unless it's at extreme range that you're either not going to find on one of these maps or you're not even going to attempt because it's an SMG. But I guarantee I can come around this corner, I can count how many hits I need to kill an enemy. You can count them along with me. Just watch. It's going to be 3 or 4 hits. And I knew that about not every gun in Black Ops 3, but the ones I used. You know that. Yet the guns in Black Ops 4 with the way the game's running, oh, it's a 5-shot kill. You know, guys like Exclusive Ace and all, and Drifter do, they do hand testing, and they get the hard, code from the game developers to tell you, what the damage is and all that. But yeah, it might be claiming a 5-shot kill, but there's times I shoot 8, or even SMG, it's claiming 5 or 6, and I'm shooting 9 because of the lag compensation and the game not running right. This game's just so crisp, man. 3 years old, it still runs good. I still love playing it. It went for me just burning so much time with this game this past year. I probably would go back to it. I mean, Black Ops 4, it's still fun, don't get me wrong, but you just go back to this and the 100 health and just see how consistent it runs. And there's another thing. Did you notice so far my gameplay? Not that far through it, but have you seen any real specialist cheese so far? You saw my Tempest, but you haven't seen any war machines. You haven't seen any shocker drones. You haven't seen any, you know what I mean? Obviously there's no torque or is wire, or there's no cluster grenades, but so far again, you haven't seen anything. It's just gameplay. Like, I just don't, all I could think is maybe in the Black Ops 4 the regen time or the cooldown time of the specialist abilities are just way too fast, and maybe they need to just nerf them. That's what I think. Even if you're using the boost perk, I can't remember what the hell it's called, but even nerf that down a little bit, because I mean, watch this gameplay. You're not seeing any specialist shit. You're not seeing any of the specialist cheese. It's just not happening. It's around, and you'll get hit with it from time to time. That maybe the maps are just so small overall in Black Ops 4, or maybe they did that because they've thought boots on the ground. We got to shrink the maps a little bit. But maybe they do maybe DLC 2 have or the first DLC maps coming out. Maybe they will have bigger maps. I'm hoping, because it's all, like for sale. Look at this gameplay. It's all gunplay. You don't see specialist cheese all over the place. And on top of it, it's EXO. It's supposed to be like super chaotic fast. Yet I mean it is, but it's not like unpredictable. And another little side note too. I'm still struggling with the fog of war. I don't know about y'all. Like, I can't figure out I started out as a hardcore player, so I got used to not having a mini map. And so I would play that way. So I can do that. When someone calls a counter UAV in or something like that, I can play without it. I don't need it. But then I got good at core. I took the time. I got good at it. I got away from hardcore, so I got used to using the mini map. But with this fog of war, it's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of between, because unless your enemy's pointing at, or unless your teammate, sorry, is pointing at the enemy, you can't see them. Even if they're firing a gun, it's kind of a, I don't know what to be. Should I play like a hardcore style, or should I play core? like just not stare at the mini-map at all. I just haven't decided yet. So that's one of my personal struggles, I think, with going on longer streaks. Like, I'll get on a 6, a 7, and 8, and I'll blow a 10 because of that. Because just watching my gameplay, the Black Ops 3 that I just showed you, like, just realizing how much easier it is to use a traditional mini-map over the Fog of War. My God, it's so much nicer. I'm just so used to Fog of War now. I'm like, wow. But anyway, enough of that part of my rant. We're on some domination on Nuketown. I dropped like 30 and 10. Decent game. Got some decent teammates. This is where Nuketown's actually fun. But a couple bullet points I want to come up with here is, well, the main subject of the video is, did Treyarch dupe us? I've got something to talk about that everybody kind of swept on the rug and forgot about. Is that when they first started talking about this game last year, they said we're going to 150 health so we can better tune the weapons. That was the whole point, to make it more balanced. So if they had to nerf or buff something, it was a lot easier. And I got that. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But they failed to tell us that they were increasing the average time to kill overall, which they did in this game. There was no reason for it, other than the traditional COD trend these days is to cater to noobs. Not only that, it's got them running in packs. It promotes group play, which sounds nice on paper. It does. But to try to get, I've gotten plenty of triple kills, double kills. It does happen, but it's so hard, especially if the connections aren't right. It's like, well, I just don't understand, other than the newbie bullshit. What they should have just, instead of it being a 35 damage or 36 damage, they should have made it a 40 damage, so it's a 4-shot kill. Or the SMG should have had a damage buffed to around there. So what I'm saying is, even with the 150 health, it still has 100 health time to kill. It still feels like 100 health. I understand where they're coming from. The balanced weapons better. That sounds great. Even though I still don't feel like the guns are balanced well enough in this game. They buffed the SMGs. You know, they buffed certain weapons. Rampart got a nice little buff, and thank God, because that's like, you know, that's the Man of War's granddad, and I love that gun. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite ARs, like, period, other than maybe the Honey Badger from Ghost. But I just don't, that decision, it's another thing I want to tune in on this subject is the beta. The beta ran so good. I don't think, for me, it was the honeymoon phase. I think the game just ran that much better. The time to kill wasn't a problem for me at the time, because the game ran really well. But this is my theory. I'm not a code junkie. I'm not a computer expert. I can't analyze networks and servers and all that stuff. But going from my feeling, my instincts, playing this game, all I could think is that it's just the blackout and the zombies on top of it, just like putting too much stress on the servers maybe. And that's why it's not running right. Maybe blackout was too much for them to take on at this time, because Activision didn't sink enough money into resources to make this game run correctly. Because there's a few matches that I've played where it did run like it's supposed to, and it really wasn't, the time to kill wasn't a problem. But I don't think when they came out with this idea, this whole system of 150 health and what have you, they didn't consider lag compensation and poor connections, and I got a video on it. I'll link it in the description. There's one instance where I slowed it down. I was using a Maddox. It's a 5-shot kill. I was shooting a guy point blank, and by the end of it, I was hip firing him. I pumped 12 shots into him, slow-mo. You'll see it. You can count the hit markers, and he kills me. It makes no freaking sense. And I know I've talked to friends. I'm not the only one dealing with this. But like I said, we come back to what the hell is Treyarch thinking? Like I said, I got no problem with the 150 health. It's just they should have buffed the guns to balance it out to feel like 100 health. I mean, you could still have 100. You could have 300 health. But if you got 50 damage, 60 damage on a gun, it's not going to matter. But again, they were trying to talk about weapon tunability. They didn't say, like I said, they kind of left it out that, oh yeah, you know, we're going to up the time to kill too. It piss everybody off. It's so frustrating. It's just something that's no one's been really talking about. I really wanted to get off my chest. Yeah. It's just something I want. There was that. Something else no one's talking about. Where in the hell is C4 at, guys? Where is C4? There's so many guys camping in this game. I'd love to just cheese them up with a nice C4 sandwich. Wouldn't that be nice? They brought everything back, but where in the hell is C4 at? Even COD World War II had a satchel charge. Come on, man. It's got a Black Ops 2 feel to it almost. We need the C4 sandwich back, baby. I'm sure plenty of other people would like it too. Maybe we'll see in the near future. Maybe it'll be part of a specialist or something. I don't know. But that's pretty much the most of my rant. I really feel like no one's talking about this. Like, why they even did this in the first place. They could have did 150 health and buffed all the guns across the board, and we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. That's bullshit. See that? That's one on wall bang. This is why I never wall bang. I go for a wall bang and I do not get it. Look at this bitch sitting in the corner with the Mad Axe. These guys are getting crushed, by the way. Look at that score. Man, we are wrecking. We watch right here. Bink. I was so pissed. When I was saying trying to get double kills, trying to get triple kills, it's tough with this time to kill. But yeah, I made up for it right there. But it's like, I know some other YouTubers I watch went to play, they're playing hardcore now. And it's like, but that's kind of the other extreme. You know what I mean? We need even just a 100 health playlist, maybe. Or even, I keep thinking about, like, I want to call it mid-core. Set up 150 health, hardcore's 30 health. Maybe like a 75 health. Just something to meet us in the middle, Treyarch. Just something to mix it up, because this... In the honeymoon phase, in the beta, when it ran right, I was really digging the 150 health. I was fine with it because I can land the shots. But when you introduce lag comp and everything, it just ain't working. That's about all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. It's much appreciated. If you really liked it, subscribe for new content. And I'll just see you on the next one. Peace.